Mostly we went down to Cobb's store. That was the main store. They sold everything. I can't name all the stuff they did, but they had two counters. One was where they sold the meat and vegetables and all this. And then across from there, in the same store, another counter, that was what I call the hook and eye department, because you could get anything there.
Cobb store, the store was just like a general store. It sold everything. It had locks and keys and
coal
stuff like
too.
that.
They like make coal farm. They had coal too.
Yeah, coal, kerosene, gas. They took orders from the people in the community who called in orders.
He delivered.
And my father would deliver stuff. He had a little green pickup truck and this little hat on his head. And everybody in the community knew.
But if someone would come in like me, I've gone in there many a time when I got older and worked here on the farm some. I would go down and get hog feed for my father, or even for myself when I was running this farm later. Hog feed and wire for fencing and all kinds of stuff like that. Wires and staples and nuts and bolts and hinges for gates and doors and you name it. Also had molasses in a barrel. You take your jar, quart jar, or however how much you want it, and you crank this thing and then fill it up with molasses. And that was sometimes good molasses. Good night, it was so good on hot biscuits. But he sold some clothing like men's work pants, those old bib overalls. One colored man we carried down there, that's what he wore all the time, winter and summer, bib overalls. And boots, he used to get his rubber boots down there, and caps and things like that. Then my mother would buy a wall cloth for the table, you know. Of course, you get the width that you want. They had the width, but you get the length, and they sold it by the yard.
You know, at one point in time, we sold gasoline down there. I don't really know if it was in my lifetime or not, and he sold corn and grains for farmers and everything that you could want to buy in a store. He sold work boots, he sold jeans, he sold pants, shirts, you name it. I think the meat came from SK, at least at Cobb's. I'm pretty sure in those days you could get those hot dogs that were single. They didn't come in a package. And so when you went to get hot dogs, they counted out how many you wanted. My memory is that they were in a box and they counted out how many you wanted, and they wrapped them in butcher paper and tied them with a string, and you took your hot dogs home. Feldman's store had just about everything.
They had meat.
They had meat, and you could take your film. We were of the age then when everybody had a camera and was taking pictures of all their friends, so you could take your film there and they would send it off and have it developed for you.
You know, he was a Walmart. He was the Walmart of that day.